All right, so Adrian said the demo day starts tomorrow, but I think we're actually going to start today with a little bit of demo. He had all the tools here and stuff, so what do you think, Adrian?
It's all here, let's do it.
All right, we're done for the day. What's up, YouTube? Today we're in Hamilton, Ontario, spending time with Adrian Leva at what was going to be his flip property, but now he's pivoting to a
Airbnb Burr.
There we go. It's important to make sure you have a strategy that you can switch to or have a backup plan at least here in 2022. He picked this property because it's very close to lots of schools, parks, and amenities. And I just want to thank you as the viewer here for tuning in and hitting that subscribe button. I know not all of you have hit the subscribe button, so I'm going to give you a minute here to do that if you haven't. Hit the like button as well, and make sure you drop a comment. We're always looking to film people here throughout Ontario and in Canada on their unique properties. Let's go check out this one, how he's gonna be able to still turn on that cash flow tap here in 2022. All right, so we're inside the main floor here right now, and it's got that older, early 1900s look here. We've got the plaster ceilings, we've got the really fancy, inlays in the hardwood flooring here. We got the older wood trim. And like we said, Adrian's gonna be turning this into an Airbnb upper and lower. So we've got to make it look as good as we can on a budget. So what are some things you're thinking about doing here, Adrian? You guys were going to paint all this trim here.
Yep, paint all the trim. We're going to be refinishing the hardwood floor, so we're going to sand it and refinish it nice, but we're going to keep it because it's got some character and it has some nice inlets, so we're going to keep all that. We may end up retiling the base of this.
I would, for sure.
And then just painting this fireplace and then putting an electric fireplace there, because it's obviously out of commission. So we're going to be changing all the light fixtures, all the outlets, all that sort of stuff. This whole wall actually is going to be opened up. We want to make this a little bit more open, a little bit more, a better flow.
Yeah.
So we're going to put a nice beam here across the entire top, and you guys can come through here.
You sure you don't want to keep these countertops, man? These this is real wood
retro,
here,
right? So retro.
Oh, nice.
Nice chopping block for Nunna.
Yeah,
it's got
to come up to date, right? If you want to get top dollar for Airbnb, it's got to be modernized. Luckily, it's, we're talking about not too many cabinets. I mean, maybe what are you budgeting for your kitchen renovation?
Well, I have a great kitchen guy, so he's going to charge me no more than $5-6 grand for the entire kitchen. Same thing, so we're going to do white cabinets, black or gold hinges, quartz countertops, nice tile backsplash, stainless steel appliances.
Yeah, you got to have a wow factor. When you have an Airbnb, like, people rent that place based on the pictures, right? So, all right, we're down in the basement right now. So good ceiling height down here. And this, I was just telling Adrian that this has got to be like the driest basement I've seen in a long, long time. So for the lady who owned this place for like 40 years.
40, 50 years.
Yeah, everything's painted, everything's sealed. They must have really good water runoff on the outside. There's no issues here with water whatsoever. So in the basement here, this is going to become a bachelor.
Yeah.
Airbnb or bachelor furnished unit. I'm not even sure if you call it bachelor because it's actually going to be a one bedroom.
It'll be separated, so technically a one bed,
yeah. One bedroom unit. So
yeah.
I'm thinking kitchen over here.
So kitchen over here, nice L-shaped kitchen. We're going to put white cabinets, maybe gold or black hinges, nice and modern, quartz countertops. We're going to be putting a stackable laundry here as well. This whole bathroom in this back corner,
got a bathroom
kind of cut up and just, I don't know what they were thinking over here, but we're gutting this entire bathroom. We're going to reframe it, new plumbing, new electrical. We're going to put a nice glass shower in the corner here, retile everything.
I've seen the kind of work that you do, so I know it's going to be top notch once it's done.
Thank you.
The floors got some leveling issues here, so you guys are probably going to go through some extra cement or leveling down here.
Exactly.
I know you said you want to move that.
So this drain, yeah, we're going to move it to the new mechanical room as well. We can't just have that sitting in the middle of the I guess, living space. And then in the back corner, we're going to have our bedroom.
But I was mentioning this might make sense to maybe use this as your closet here, even if you're going to frame it out a little bit, but it's already indented, so you could use that as a closet. This ductwork might be moving anyways based on what your HVAC person is going to be doing, and this wall can just bump out to probably the first cement pillar. And you got a good sized bedroom here.
Exactly.
Right? Still got your window for egress here.
We also are going to be soundproofing the
Yes,
ceiling.
very
So
important.
the ceiling's coming down. We're going to put our Roxel Safe and Sound. We may end up putting resilient channel as well and 5/8 drywall, just so there's no noise penetration between the bachelor Airbnb, and above us there's actually going to be a 3-bedroom Airbnb. So,
But it's so important. If you don't have the sound right, that's one of the biggest noise complaints or biggest complaints when you have a rental property is noise. So making sure you do that work is so important, guys. All right, so one of the challenges that Adrian's having here over at this duplex conversion is the HVAC. Like this thing is a Cadillac. This thing is like 4 or 5 feet long. We're guessing it's how old?
I'd say about 50 years
50,
old.
60
Yeah.
years.
60.
So
That's
they
for sure.
gotta bump it over and back more, and then obviously redo all the duct work, and the joists are running in the wrong direction. So once Adrian does some more gut work here, pulling down the ceiling, ripping out all the walls, they'll be able to figure out exactly what they're gonna do, but they're gonna have to be creative on this one.
Well, the newer furnaces is going to be half the size and probably 33 inches long, tall. So you can see the difference in
Saving
new.
inches. Yeah,
With the new
sometimes it's a
furnace
battle of
will be,
inches.
right? Plus, you're going to have 2 pipes going outside. You're going to save a lot of money during, every month. So
That's right.
High
You guys are
efficiency.
some chilly mechanical. This is why you bring in the pros. The pros know what to do. Don't try to do HVAC
Exactly.
yourself, guys.
And another important reason we needed to move this is we need to separate this into its own mechanical room. So we're going to be framing a new wall out. The first item on the list up here is this very retro bathroom.
Tiled from top to bottom here. I'll stay on the tub so you can fit in here. You know, Adrian was originally thinking about gutting this whole bathroom, but the tub is super solid. It's actually oversized right now, so if we did rip this tub out, he'd be worried about, the 6 inches of filling in this new tile, which the floor doesn't look that bad once we clean the grout and whatnot. But all these walls have been tiled for who knows how long, which it stood the test of time, but what do? Do we rip it all out? Adrian might actually explore getting this spray coated, right? So you can actually get this coated. The same contractors that'll coat your bathtubs will also coat tile, and it sticks like nobody's business. So that could potentially save them, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 on a bathroom renovation. So just one way to save some money here on a renovation. Always be thinking, what can I save? What can I still work with? Especially if it's not going to be like the dream home, or we're not trying to make this into like a high-end rental. We're just trying to, be nicer than average to perform well on Airbnb.
Yeah, and you have to consider as well, if we did rip out all the wall and ceiling tile, this is all plaster and lath behind, so there's no insulation. I'd have to pay for that insulation as well. So that's something to consider.
Definitely. All right, I guess we should have backed up here a little bit and gave everybody, the viewer, a little bit of context on this property. So Adrian closed on this property at the peak of the market and even asked for a longer closing, I believe, right?
Yeah.
So are you okay to share some numbers here, Adrian?
Sure,
Yeah,
absolutely.
So you bought this property for how much?
So I bought it for $750. This was a for sale by owner.
Okay.
On market, it would have sold for around $8 to $830, I'd say. So there was some built-in equity, but mind you, this was an offer I put in March, and the market has really done a number in the past 2 or 3 months alone. So
So maybe it's almost like you bought it at market value.
Yeah, I
There's
bought
no
it essentially-
built-in equity, but
Right.
that's happened to everybody these days. So one of the things that Adrian's doing is he's pivoting to Airbnb both units out, which I like Airbnb furnished units. If you haven't seen that theme here, a lot of my multiplexes have at least one Airbnb furnished unit, if not more. So that's how you can get extra yield these days, and you might as well, and as long as you hold this for long enough, in 5 years it's not gonna matter. Time does heal all purchases in the real estate game. But I think the biggest thing is that you're getting another asset under your belt.
Absolutely.
It's gonna be a cash flowing property. I guess what's your renovation budget here?
So right now, initially we were hoping to spend about $110,000 for the reno. That's to completely finish the basement, which is, as you saw, unfinished, and do a little bit of work upstairs, refinish the hardwood, put in the new kitchens and such. So we were at 110. We're gonna save a little bit on the exterior since we're gonna be Airbnb-ing it, but we still wanna get that wow factor on the inside because I'm doing this with a joint venture partner and we're looking to refinance out some of the capital on the back end. And what's great is because we're Airbnb-ing both units, we're gonna have higher cash flow, so we'll be able to support that new refinance mortgage even with the interest rates going up.
Yes. Yeah, so there you go, guys. If you get a bit of a lemon once in a while, maybe this was a triple, it turned into a single, and it's all good. We can't just go back in the time machine, but you can always pivot, you can always adapt to a different strategy or an extra strategy along the way. So make sure that you have these plans in your back pocket as you buy real estate here in 2022.